The average American consumes 91 liters of alcohol per year. Does the average college student consume a different amount of alcohol per year? Um, a research survey of 15 randomly selected college students and found that they averaged 97.2 liters of alcohol consumed per year with a standard deviation of 23 liters. What can be concluded at the 0.01 level of significance? Okay, so what are we doing on this question? Well, what's the first thing we're supposed to do? We're supposed to, right? So let's go to the steps. Remember the very first step is to write the claim. Write the claim from the words, right? You got to start with the claim. What's being claimed? And then you go to the HO and stuff. So what is being claimed? Oh, this one's going to be a t-test. All these ones. Yeah. Would you recognize on an exam when they're all mixed up? Can you tell me, is this one a P or a U and why? What words tell you?
The average.
There it is. Average, right? Average, the second word in the paragraph, huh? So it's a U. It's not a P. See how you, and there's no percentage anywhere, is there? They never said, 50% or 73% of the college students don't have any alcohol or what. They never gave us a percentage, did they? They just used the word average. That's how you'll tell on the exam when they're all mixed up. That's what's harder about an exam, right? They're all mixed up. So that's why I give practice exams to help you get ready for that. So yeah, it's an average to U problem. And so since it's a U problem, if we go to the notes, we know the mean problems are always t-test, aren't they? They're always t-test. Whereas the P ones are always Z, one prop Z. Okay, this is a t-test. Oh, where'd I go? Get lost in the problem here. Here we go. So we know it's a t-test. And we know, let's write the claim. What's being claimed? Let me write it up here. So what is being claimed?
91 liters of alcohol per year.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, remember for the claim, I'm going to write U, right? If you look at the notes to help you right here. It says write the claim. And how's the claim going to be? It's going to be U equals or U not equal or U greater or U less. So it's one of those, equal, not equal, greater, or less. So let's go down to the, whoops, sorry guys. Let's go down to the problem. There it is. Okay, so which one is it? Is it U equals, not equals, greater, less? What does it say?
Different. So it's going to be the opposite of equal.
I think you're right.
The difference is a student consume a different amount of alcohol per year. Because I know my question is said lower or higher. So that's how I know if it's going to be there, like the different change on the H1.
Right, right. Yeah, good. Does the average college student consume a different? Yeah. So not equal. Good. Not equal to what? On my problem. Not equal to 90.
91.
Yeah, right. Because they're saying the average American consumes 91. Is the average college student different? Is the claim is the average college student is not equal to 91. Different behavior, right? Good job. Everybody see different right there is not equal. That's what's being claimed. Okay, now, how do we go from there? Well, what is HO always? Remember what it says HO is? Remember these, you getting the hang of these things?
Equal.
Yeah, good. Right? Right here, HO always equals, no exception. HO is always equals. So we'll put that in. And then remember, either HO or H1 must be the claim. One of those two has to be the claim. So if the claim is equals, then the claim is HO. But ours was not equals, right? If the claim is greater, less, or not equal, that's us. We were not equal. Then H1 will be the claim, and you write that. All right, that makes sense. It's getting easier. going to be the same thing all the rest of the semester. We'll be doing these kind of questions. So our HO again, it's U equals, it's always equals, and the 91. And this will be U. Now, what's it going to be? Well, one of these two, remember, one of these two has to be the same as the claim up here. Obviously, it's not HO. The HO is equal, so then this one's got to be not equal. And you got to write claim next to it. That's what those instructions tell you. One of those two is going to be exactly the same as the claim. And HO is always equal, so he's clearly not the same as the claim. So H1 must be, and see how I wrote claim next to H1? That's important. That's going to be really important on the test. You'll see when you go over the practice exam, I'm going to ask you specifically, which one was the claim, which one was not. That's very important for your real life understanding about what we're doing. So make sure you don't skip that step. Okay. So let's go on from there. Oh, and then the next step, it says we always write weak evidence next to HO and strong evidence next to H1, right? HO is the assumption of innocence. It doesn't take any evidence to conclude the accused person is innocent. If there's weak evidence, we're going to end up concluding they're innocent. It takes strong evidence to prove they're guilty. Okay, here we go. Now it's calculator time. So we're going to go to our calculator, and we are going to hit stat and go over to tests and go down to the t-test. Choose t-test and hit enter. That's what the notes tell us to do. And then they're going to give us some information, mu sub 0 and x bar, s sub x in. All right, so my mu sub 0 comes right from the h sub 0. That little sub 0 reminds you to take it from the h sub 0, the mu sub 0, the h sub 0. X bar, the average, that's the 97.2. That's the average for the college students. S sub x, standard deviation, that's the 23. And how many college students? They survey 15 college students. And then at the bottom, you choose not equals, because it's always whatever you have in your H1. There we go. I'm going to put that information in for my particular numbers. I'm getting the following output. I got a t value equal to 1.0440. I think we're supposed to round that to 3 places. And then I got a p value that came out to be what? 0.3. 31416. We're supposed to go to 4 places, so 3142. So my p value is 3142. So this is 0.3142. My t was 1.044, 3 places. And then they want us to compare the two of these. So I'm going to put the p value over here, 0.3142. And the alpha, what's that? It's right here, 0.01 on mine anyway. The alpha significance level is 0.01. And now it's decision time. It's all about deciding if this p-value is greater than or less than this alpha value. So in my case, 0.31 is greater than 0.01. So greater, so the alligator is open mouth towards the bigger one, right? Greater, open mouth towards the bigger one. So my p-value is greater. Remember what the p-value is? the percentage chance it was just luck. So in this case, we examined this to see if the college students have a different amount of alcohol they drink than the average American, and we're saying there's a pretty big chance that the results were just luck. There's a pretty big chance these results were just luck. There's a 31% chance the results were just luck. And they wanted us to test at the 1% level. That means they want you to prove it beyond a 1% chance of luck. That's what the alpha significance level is. That's how serious they want the test. They don't want to accept anything that's more than a 1% chance of luck. Well, ours came out to be a 31% chance of luck, way too high. So our P is not low, right? P is greater. P is not low. So HO does not go away. P is not low, so HO does not go away. We fail to reject HO. That's what all those words say on the notes if you read them. So that's the key phrase you want to keep saying to yourself. If the P is low, the null must go away. But if the P is not low, right, our P is greater, so he's not low. Our percentage chance of luck is not low, it's a high chance of luck. Then the HO does not go away. We fail to reject the null. In other words, we're going to keep the null. We're going to keep the null. So we're going to keep this null. Let me go back up and circle it. This is our conclusion. We're keeping the null and we're rejecting this guy. We're rejecting the H1. Everybody see that? So we're keeping the null, rejecting the H1. So what do we believe in the end? We believe the average is equal to 91. In other words, we believe the average college student is the same as the average American. It's still equal to 91 for college students, just like for average Americans. But remember this, weak evidence. We're not concluding this because we found strong evidence supporting that the average college student is the same. We just tried to prove they were different, and the evidence came out weak. There was a little evidence they were different, but it was weak. Like there's a little evidence that somebody did a crime, but it's weak. So we're not going to convict. We're not going to believe it's really different because evidence was weak. Let's go down and see what this says. Not significantly different? Yeah, we're saying equals. So that's, we conclude equal. So that's not different, right? Equals is not different. So it's going to be one of these two. This one says is different, no way. So it's not that bottom one. It's one of those other two. Which one? What's the difference between the first one and the second one? How do we know which one it is? This one says different from 91. This says equal to 91. But careful, you got to read the whole sentence. If you read just that part, you'll get the wrong answer. Read the whole sentence. So there is statistically insignificant. That means not enough. Not enough. Insignificant. Not enough, right? Are you good with that fancy $10 word there? Insignificant. Right? Significant would be a lot. There's insignificant evidence. There's not enough. There's too weak of evidence to conclude. There's too weak of evidence to conclude that it's different. It's too weak to conclude that it's different. Yeah, exactly. Right? It would, see up here, it would have taken strong evidence to conclude it's different. What's wrong with the second one? The second one says, it says it's not enough evidence to prove it's equal. No. Equal with just took weak evidence, not strong. No. And so there's our conclusion.